The Lyst Index, Q2 2025. We have another Lyst Index. So let's just kind of go through it, see what brands are trending, see what's going on, seeing what's cool, you know, seeing what's fun, da-di-da-di-da-da, all that sort of stuff. So first of all, I have to clap for Burberry. I'm going to do a separate stream on Burberry, maybe the next stream or maybe like in a few streams from now. But Burberry, I have to clap. When it's time to critique their strategies, I critique it. And the same way, when it's time to praise them for what they've been doing, it's been great. My understanding is that Burberry hired a new marketing team because I made that Burberry video like over a year ago, where I was saying the marketing strategy was all wrong. And since then, they've fired that marketing team, apparently. I've heard from good sources. And they got a new marketing team. And it's quite obvious that they got a new marketing team. I even tweeted about it. Like, did Burberry get a new marketing team? Why is their marketing so good? So it's quite obvious. And this is why they've made it into the list, which makes all the sense in the world. And even if we click on Burberry, what it says, it literally says they released a high summer campaign featuring Rosie Huntington-Whiteley and Jack Draper, which is one of the campaigns that I've said has been really good. And of course, the typical brands, Miu Miu and Prada, have been like in the top 5 forever. Loewe has been Saint Laurent is basically in the same position. All the other brands are kind of all in the same position. The only new brands really are Birkenstock and Burberry. And I mean, Birkenstock like comes and goes because sometimes their footwear trends and sometimes it doesn't. So I think the only commendable thing here, because everyone is kind of in the same position, is Burberry. Burberry is really the commendable thing, and that's why I think it warrants its own stream. The same way I did the stream of like how their strategy is wrong, I'm going to do a stream about how their strategy has been amazing, and I'm going to break down Burberry's marketing strategy. It's not highly exaggerated because even financially, they've actually started to do really well. So like they've turned it around. So they've turned it around financially. They've turned it around public perception wise. They've turned it around creatively from a marketing standpoint. So I don't think it's exaggerated. And then of course they brought the prices down, which was one of the big issues with Burberry. So now everything about it just makes sense. Since the new CEO came in, they reduced prices. But yeah, this is kind of like the summary. I won't read all of it because it's kind of you can read it in your own time. I'll post the link to the index in the chat if you guys want to read it yourself. I just want to look at the products that are trending. Yeah, this campaign was one of the campaigns that I really liked. It was the Burberry Festival campaign where they were celebrating, because it was around the time of like Glastonbury, and like the UK, we have like a lot of festivals in the summer anyway, and just kind of celebrating festival culture and like interviewing different people in the Burberry Festival. So that was a cool campaign. That was really fun. I think this idea of going into and representing all the different aspects of London and British culture and kind of all the different faces that make up what British culture is in 2025 was really cool. And I thought was definitely the right director to go. The right direction to go. I said right director to go. So this is what they've been doing. That was the latest campaign that I made a video about that. So you guys have probably seen that. I made a YouTube short. If you guys haven't seen it, check that out. About Burberry's latest campaign. Yeah, this is the festival stuff. Obviously, you have Alexa Chung at the festival. They've got different things. But yeah, great campaign. I really liked that campaign. That was really, really cool. So yeah, they've talked about the campaign. It's quite interesting. So something they said was that the row searches for the Rose flip-flop rose by 162%. Now, it's insane. The row, I don't know how the row does it. I don't like, shout out to the row. The row is such a like, and I always use the row as a case study because everything that they do is so good from a marketing standpoint. How did they convince people? Because all their stuff, when they make footwear, it sells out. How did they convince people to buy basic slippers for £670 and it's sold out in all colorways? How did they convince people to buy the most bog standard run of the mill slippers, like the most ordinary flip-flops. How did they convince people to buy something like this for £670 and it sold out? It sold out. Like, how did they do it? And as someone that works in marketing, that's all I study. How? How do they convince people to do? What is the mind control that they are using to do this? Like, I don't understand it. I honestly don't understand it. And one day I will, but right now I don't understand it. Obviously, there are things you can say. It's the branding, it's a brand signifier, it's association, it's, people want to align themselves within a certain group, within certain social groups. Wearing the row means that you're part of the group. And if you are, there's like a social signifier that comes with wearing the row. So therefore, you can't just wear a plain slipper when your social circle, everyone is wearing the row flip-flops. You're kind of out of place in that social. Like, I understand all those things, but still. Did they produce a very small quantity so it's an illusion? I don't think so, because obviously the Lyst Index, it's a trending product on the Lyst Index. Now, granted, the Lyst Index is not a perfect science, and I always have to say that, because the Lyst Index, how they come up with their index is it's kind of a combination of social media mentions, social media searches, page views, interactions, and then sales on the Lyst app. So they use all of that data and then they use it to make the Lyst Index. So obviously there's a lot of data that's missing, like sales of many other platforms, but it's like the best index we have, at least in fashion right now. And it's number one on the Lyst Index. It's literally number one, as you guys can see on the index. So I don't think it's a scarcity thing. I just think they genuinely like sold out. Also, we are talking about the swag era coming back. It's funny to see these Isabel Marant wedge sneakers come back, because these are iconic. Do you know who I think about when I think of these Isabel Marant sneakers? I think of Rihanna. There was a time when Rihanna used to wear those shoes a lot. Yeah, like this era Rihanna. Like, she used to wear them everywhere. Like, so I don't know why in my mind, when I think of like these shoes, I just think of Rihanna. But it's cool to see that they're having a resurgence, to be honest. Because yeah, that was like, yeah, that was a moment. That was a moment. The Prada sneakers being one of the trending sneakers makes a lot of sense. I mean, every trending sneaker these days, they all look like that. Whether it's the Dries Van Noten suede sneaker that was trending in the last Lyst Index, whether it's the Puma Speed Cats, whether it's the Onitsuka Tigers, whether it's the Adidas Gazelles, whether it's the Adidas Sambas, it's all one in the same. It's just one in the same. It's just switch the brand names. They're all the same shoe, basically. Yeah, I do think Zendaya too, actually. Zendaya did wear them a lot. She did wear them a lot. And then the ballet flats make a lot of sense too, because there's always a ballet flat that's kind of trending, or a version of a ballet flat that's trending. This shell pendant from Gigi Vera. It's very interesting, like, because they were saying that there's a 630% increase in demand for the Isabel Marant sneakers this year. Is that something I'm missing? What is causing, guys in the chat, is there something I'm missing? What is causing this massive surge in interest in Isabel Marant sneakers? Like, what's causing it to come back? Is there something I've missed? Is there like a cultural moment I've missed, or was there a celebrity that wore it that I missed? Like, is there a celebrity that wore them recently? Because I don't think I've caught on to it. I don't think the word swag could become cool again. Beyonce wore them also, but I'm sometimes a mass popularity hater. Fair enough. Haut's resurgence, but for high fashion pieces. You mean, what did you miss? Yeah, because I think that's interesting. 630% increase is wild. Obviously, the tank tops. I mean, yeah, the girlies, and obviously we're going to talk about that after. The girlies realized like a few months ago that they can wear tank tops. Kendall Jenner had to teach the girlies that tank tops are a viable fashion item. And now the Skims tank top is trending, so that makes a lot of sense. The Adidas shorts make sense too. A lot of people have been wearing them, especially because it's the summer, so that makes sense. And the Miu Miu loafers, same thing. Let's see what brands are moving fast. Pucci, Italian heritage brand Pucci blends archival prints with contemporary silhouettes, reimagining as a Y2K icon under the creative lens of Camille Micheli. Bold, body-conscious designs are resonating with a new wave of digitally native maximalists. Yeah, I have seen a lot of Pucci. People have been talking about Pucci a lot. And like that is basically most of what Pucci is. It's just like loud print. But I think the reason why Pucci is coming back is because I've heard, let me actually go on their website and confirm. But some people I know that have bought some Pucci stuff, they say that the quality is really good and they use like really nice like silks and satins. So that's like the selling point. It's like in a fashion market where a lot of fabrics are a bit whack, they make really nice fabric. So that's like, and it feels nice to wear, especially in the summer. You want to wear something kind of satiny that's kind of light and like breezy and it's not too heavy on the body. So I get that. I get why that's become a thing. But Pucci forever. And you know about Pucci because of Future songs. Interesting. I didn't even know Future, you know, was talking about Pucci and songs. I had no idea. Literally no idea. Yeah, like stuff like this. If you have a maximalist style, stuff like this would go crazy. If it's your style though, like the buttons on the collar, you can like flare your collar upwards and then button it on the inside and have like a high collar shirt. Also, the button pattern is like really strange in a like really quirky way. Like these buttons are like bunched close to each other, then there's a gap, and then there's another, you know, pair of buttons bunched up together. So it's kind of like, you know, yeah, like someone says in the chat, it's giving 70s vibes. It's cool, nice prints, you know, nice fabrics. Like, look at this. So this is completely made of a silk twill. So this is exactly, I just had to confirm, but exactly what I was saying about the fabrics they're using also. People have been really impressed by it, and that's why a lot of people are flocking to the brand. So yeah, I guess my assessment of it was correct. Roy, Amsterdam-based. Roy is defined by its quiet luxury approach to tailoring, offering minimalist staples with an architectural feel. Brand's focus on elevated essentials has earned it a growing following. Yeah, it's. Let's be for real. The main reason is because it's been worn by Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, and at least I don't know about other places, but in the UK, all those like quiet luxury, old money, stealth wealth enthusiasts, they are obsessed with Rosie Huntington White, like completely obsessed with everything she wears. Now, granted, I think she's really stylish. I personally like her style. I just think that people are a bit obsessive over her in a like very unhealthy way. So anything she wears, people kind of adopt it as a style. So yeah. And then yeah, Jacques Marie, yes. So funny enough, I was talking with Mike about this brand recently actually, because they make like these really, really insanely expensive frames, like eyewear, and it's like really cool though. Like I'll show you guys their website. I was literally talking about this brand with Micah earlier today. But Micah's not around right now. He's probably at some barbecue somewhere. You guys know the drill. But I just like the way that their eyewear is constructed. The hardware on the hinges is nice. It's really cool. I like the eyewear. Definitely past my pay grade for now, but someday, give me like 5 to 10 years. But I really like the eyewear is my point. The eyewear is really, really nice. But yeah, those are the trending brands. Those are the trending products. Oh, where's our turtle boy? Our turtle man. He's somewhere. That's funny. But yeah, that's the Lyst Index. Congrats to Burberry on everything they're doing. I think they've been doing an absolutely amazing job.